What's up, iPad letterers? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to show you how to paint this beautiful watercolor heart on your iPad. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video to see my whole process, including the painting, the lettering, and also which brushes I'm going to use for each part. Now, since the heart is a perfectly symmetrical shape, let's use the Procreate drawing guide to help us with that. Select the symmetry option and then place the guide in the middle of your canvas. And now let's select the sketching brush and let's start sketching the heart. And now you can see that we can draw both sides at the same time, so that's super handy. So now I'm just drawing another few lines just to adjust the shape a little bit, and then create a new layer and turn the opacity of the previous layer down. So now on this new layer we also need to turn on drawing assist in order to have the symmetry option available. And then we're going to select the totally crispy brush, which is a monoline brush, and trace the heart once more. Of course, you can choose any other monoline brush here as well, but the key is that you select the brush that creates a smooth, solid stroke. And now we are going to duplicate the layer to keep a copy of it, and then turn off the visibility of your sketching layer. At this point, you can also turn off the drawing guide. And now let's just clean up the edges of our shape a little bit. And you can see here that our assistance layer is still turned on because the shape erases symmetrically still, which is actually really nice. But what we need to do now as well is turn off the drawing assist like that. And now we are ready to fill the heart. So let's alpha lock the line and then fill it with pink. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's much easier to do that first before you fill the shape. So now let's fill the shape with pink, and that looks really good. And you can see now also that the background layer already comes through. This is our textures that we have at the top of the painting, and that's why you can see these nice patterns. Now we're going to change the brush, and let's use the ultimate edge brush for this next step. And now it's really all about adding some of that passion into your artwork. So you can be quite rough here with your strokes. It doesn't matter too much. Just keep adding the yellow color. And this is what's going to give your heart the highlights. Now let's change to the smudging tool, and we are actually going to use the exact same brush. And this is really nice because now this allows you to add the watercolor look and feel that we like so much. So keep smudging your colors around until you're happy with it. And then what we're going to do next is we are going to change the color to a darker shade of pink, and then choose the soft brush. And now let's burn in those edges a little bit. So this is now going to give it the shadows. With the yellow we've drawn in the highlights, and now with the dark pink we are going to draw in the shadows. And again, it doesn't matter if it isn't too precise, because we can always use the smudging tool, and then we can smudge out all these colors until we get the right mixture of highlights and shadows. So now just keep doing this until you're really happy with it. Also at this stage, feel free to switch back to the yellow. If you feel like you've smudged out too much of the highlights, definitely feel free to go back and add the highlights again. And the same with the shadows as well. You can always switch back between the darker and the lighter colors until you're completely happy with it. Alright, and now it looks pretty good. So now what we're going to do next is turn on the visibility of our guide layer, and then you might want to move it above your heart so that you can see the lines a little bit better. And then let's choose the extended script brush, and now it's time to write our little phrase. So we're going to write mon amour, and on the first line we're just going to write mon. And I really like to use the extended script style for these types of lettering pieces. You can see that the spacing between the individual letters is quite extended, and then also at the beginning and at the end of the word it has that little swash that makes it align nicely. And now you can see, because I have selected a new layer for this word, it's really easy to rearrange it on the page. And now let's create another new layer, and then let's write the word amour. And again, now we can use the lines from our guide to make sure that those letters are aligned nicely. Okay, and then let's rearrange this on the heart a little bit as well. All right, and now let's see if we can improve that swoosh that starts that word amour a little bit. So let's erase the first part, and then let's see if we can just draw in that swoosh again independently. And you'll see again that I'm creating a new layer here because it makes it much easier to align the swoosh with the word once you've drawn it. Sometimes it's hard to gauge where the swoosh is going to end, so if you create a new layer, it makes it much easier to do that. And then once you are happy with it, you can merge the layer down and then rearrange the word one more time just to make sure it's nicely centered, and also adjust the spacing with the word below. Turn off your guide layer, and now we are finished. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure you click the bell button to be notified when I post another one of these fun little tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.